Hello everyone, it's been a while but I'm finally back. My apologies, I had a lot of things going on and yeah, I'm glad to be back. The beginning is not really anything new. We see that Loma is checking the angles by bending, changing the levels, yeah, sitting down, seeing how his opponent reacts, and he is measuring the distance with his jab. Loma is all about fundamentals, again, again, and again. Here we have a step feint, boom, you saw that, look again. That's just to test his opponent and to see so he can plan his game. I see another step feint here, much slower. Again, this is just to test his opponent in the first round so he can set up his game for the upcoming rounds. He's doing these a lot because they really help him to read his opponent. You see a higher level step feint again. He does not trust his vision. As he gets closer, he is using his jab as a measurement tool. He does not rely on his vision. Look at this. With every step, he reaches out with a jab. The next level of his progression is evading the punches while getting closer. He measured the distance. He's confident with the opponent now. It's about evading and closing the range. There you see, he progressed. But he is not trying to knock him out already. This is just a study of Loma, how to engage. You can see at this stage of progression, he is learning how to get in and then get out. He could have tried to knock him out, but he refused to. He didn't. Remember, because with Loma, it's always about keeping the fight long. Eat the opponent slowly, piece by piece. So now in the latest stage of progression, he's not only getting in close range, he's also working to the blind side of his opponent. He's basically working to that behind his leg, as you can see. And the jab, it's not only a measurement tool here, it's also to take away the opponent's jab. Yeah, he's touching the opponent's jab in case, you know, he misses, or just to make sure that the opponent's jab cannot damage him, right? If you touch the jab, you won't miss it, or you won't let it through to your face, so to speak. So you can see how he is working himself gradually to the side. Now there was a clash of heads which makes the commentators believe that Nakatani is getting aggressive because that blood infuriated him, but I think that's bullshit. What we see now is that Loma knows how to engage now. He's done with studying his opponent, so he is now becoming fast and he's now becoming more aggressive because now he does not need to think anymore. He made up his game plan. As you can see, he's much faster in engaging, he moves faster, he attacks more frequently. You see that Loma is getting more active. Now this, I have been talking about this strategy in my previous videos, is called to scatter the opponent out of his comfort zone or to pull him out. So Loma is faking to attack, he's getting close, but then he's jumping back with the intention to get Nakatani out of his center of balance. So Nakatani makes mistakes, and occasionally Loma could engage if he feels safe, but it's a typical old-fashioned Soviet Union boxing technique, and it works very well. You see him doing this again here. It's this annoying way of being in your face, attacking, and then getting out of range again. It's also very mentally disturbing for the opponent. It messes with your mind, not just, you know, with your body. You can see this here again. Loma has been criticized in the past for playing too much, but I guess it's also about money. You need to satisfy the intellectual viewers who like to see the chess game, right? You know your audience, you need to give them what they want. Okay, round 6 is when they finally start fucking, like without rubber, you know, like hardcore. And Loma typically catches the moment, you know, after he ate his opponent tired, he catches him, and when he catches him good, he gets him to the corner and then he starts to eat him up. It's the same scheme all the time. He makes him tired, he eats them up, catches him one time well, and then drags him somewhere and beats him up until he can't do no more. Which is happening right now. I saw him doing that before in the previous fights. Just, you know, go back if you want, if you don't believe me. And yeah, it's nothing new, to be honest. As you can see here, Loma makes them blind, Loma makes them tired, so when they're almost like disabled, when they're not at their best, this is when Loma gets overconfident. It's almost a little bit like a cheat show because he only gets that aggressive when he can be sure of his aggression. When the opponent is not that fit anymore. Yeah? He doesn't do that with a fresh opponent. That's what they don't tell you. Loma can only shine when the animal that he's hunting starts to bleed. This is when the craziest moves come, yeah? He's hunting his opponent down like an animal, and when the prey starts to bleed, then this is when he starts to shine. He does not shine like this when the opponent is, you know, fresh, he's fit, you know, he did not suffer any damage. Anyway, guys, you see how it works. He wears them down. The most exciting part is the journey towards this moment before his opponent starts bleeding. Once he got them to bleed, he wears them down, he eats them up like a hunting animal in the desert, and the ending is almost boring. It's always the journey to that moment. I hope you liked the review, guys. Leave a like and subscribe.